You got more shots than this shit, nigga. Try your luck. Let's go on beef. No matter, nigga.
Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this absolutely insane situation, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what I'm about to break down is real street politics that has the entire hip-hop world on edge. Today we're talking about how Pooh Shiesty allegedly sent his people to handle NBA YoungBoy. And trust me, gang, this situation is way more dangerous than most folks realize. We're talking about two crash dummies with real street credibility, deep resources, and crews that don't play about disrespect. And here's the wild part. They're both posted up in Texas right now, not even that far from each other. Let me break down who we're really dealing with when we talk about Pooh Shiesty's camp. This ain't just some rap entourage. We're talking about Choppa Gang, real Memphis street soldiers who were putting in work long before the fame and money ever showed up. First up is Lil Hank, who was just arrested for attempted first-degree murder. This dude was Pooh Shiesty's and Big 30's right-hand man, and according to the streets, he was one of the most dangerous members in the circle. Hank wasn't just muscle, he was the type to handle business without asking questions. When Pooh Shiesty needed something done, Hank was the first call. The attempted murder charge Hank is facing could land him 15 to 25 years if convicted. That's real time. And the fact he was willing to risk that kind of sentence shows the level of loyalty these dudes have for Pooh Shiesty. That kind of loyalty is rare, but it's also what makes crews like this so dangerous. Then you got Choppa Wop, and yo, his story is absolutely wild. Choppa Wop was just convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. But here's where it gets crazy. The Shelby County Jail accidentally released him just 38 minutes after the guilty verdict. Let that sink in. Convicted of murder and walked out the same day. According to reports, Wop was bonding out on a separate misdemeanor theft charge when the jury convicted him of first-degree murder. The jail processed his release for the theft charge without realizing he'd just been convicted of murder and had all bonds revoked. That's the kind of mix-up that only happens in Memphis, no cap. This dude shot 3 people back in 2020, and one of them didn't make it. That's the level of violence tied to Pooh Shiesty's crew. What makes Choppa Wop especially dangerous is that he's got nothing to lose now. He's already facing life. So if he's still on the run, he might be willing to handle one more situation before they catch him. And that mindset is exactly how street beefs turn deadly fast. Now let's talk about how this whole beef between Pooh Shiesty and NBA YoungBoy really started, because it wasn't even about them at first. This is a textbook example of how the internet turns small disrespect into life or death problems. When Pooh Shiesty first came home from his federal bid, he was just trying to reconnect with fans. He hopped on Ben Didon's stream to show love and take pics with supporters. But during that stream, some real industry tension started bubbling up. Rocky, known for being a heavy NBA YoungBoy fan, called into the stream while Ben Didon was on the phone with him. When Ben Didon passed the phone to Pooh Shiesty, Rocky tried testing the waters by claiming he was 4KT, NBA YoungBoy's crew.
I'm 4K Dre.
Who? Rakai, what the man?
You said what?
You could hang up on him, good.
Now everybody in the rap game knows what 4KT stands for, but Pooh Shiesty's response said everything. He acted like he had no idea what Rocky was talking about, asking who, like he never heard of 4KT in his life. That wasn't confusion, that was pure dismissal. The internet ran with it instantly, pushing the narrative that Pooh Shiesty was dissing NBA YoungBoy. Social media went crazy, clips everywhere, commentary non-stop. And before you knew it, both artists were getting asked about each other in every interview and stream. NBA YoungBoy's response? Straight disrespect. On Instagram Live, when someone asked him about Pooh Shiesty's first day out track, YB started laughing and brushed it off like a joke, basically saying, "That's what y'all been waiting on?" That kind of dismissal hits different. In this game, getting laughed at can be worse than a direct diss. It's like saying you're not even worth a response. To really understand why Pooh Shiesty is willing to go there with NBA YoungBoy, you have to understand his bond with Lil Durk. This loyalty goes way deeper than music. We're talking real street ties, tested during Pooh Shiesty's darkest moments. Back in 2020, Dirk jumped on Back in Blood, which became Pooh Shiesty's first major hit and put him on the national map. Without that cosign, Pooh Shiesty might still be grinding in Memphis, trying to break through. But the real loyalty showed when Pooh Shiesty got locked up on federal charges in 2021. Most of the industry went silent. That's how it goes. Once the feds are involved, people back away to avoid attention. Not Dirk, though. Throughout Pooh Shiesty's entire bid, Dirk stayed loud. Every show, every interview, he was yelling "Free Pooh Shiesty," keeping his name alive when everybody else moved on. Dirk also made sure money was on his books and that he was street while locked up. That kind of loyalty is rare in this industry, fam. Most artists will drop you the moment you become a liability, but Dirk showed Pooh Shiesty what real friendship looks like. So when Pooh Shiesty came home, he knew exactly who to ride for, no matter what. And because of that, Dirk's beef with NBA YoungBoy automatically became his beef too. Now here's where things get really dangerous. Both Pooh Shiesty and NBA YoungBoy are in Texas, and they're not far apart. YB is in Houston, while Pooh Shiesty is in Dallas because of his halfway house requirements. That's only about 240 miles, a 3 to 4 hour drive. In street terms, that's basically the same neighborhood. Pooh Shiesty being in a halfway house adds another layer. He should be focused on staying clean and rebuilding, but instead, he's caught up in industry beef that could send him right back to federal prison. That alone shows how serious this loyalty to Dirk really is. NBA YoungBoy being in Houston gives him access to Texas connections and resources. Houston has its own street politics, and they don't play about disrespect either. If this escalates, both sides could tap into local resources to handle business. What makes it even crazier is that both artists have been posting on social media from their Texas spots, almost like subtle taunts. Pooh Shiesty posting from Dallas, letting it be known he's not hiding. Ye B doing the same from Houston, making it clear he's not backing down.
The real danger here is that both of them move with crash dummy mentality. Respect and loyalty come before consequences. They'd rather risk everything than look weak or disloyal. Pooh Shiesty just got out of federal prison, but instead of moving smarter, he's willing to inherit beef that could send him right back. That's crash dummy behavior, plain and simple. But here's the twist. Now that Pooh Shiesty has money and status, he doesn't have to do the dirty work himself. He's got loyal soldiers like Lil Hank and Choppa Wop willing to handle business. That makes him even more dangerous. Lil Hank's recent attempted murder arrest shows the crew is still active and still willing to put in work. This isn't rap cap. These dudes are really like that. And NBA YoungBoy is on the same timing. He's got real street credibility and a 4KT crew spread across Louisiana, known for traveling and handling business when needed. The difference now is both artists have resources, money, mobility, and organization. They can fund moves while keeping their hands clean. That's what makes modern beef so dangerous. It's organized and well-funded. Social media is pouring gasoline on this fire. Every post, every story, every comment gets analyzed by fans and enemies alike. Beef today isn't just music, it's constant online warfare. After YB laughed off Pooh Shiesty's comeback, Pooh Shiesty jumped on his IG story and fired back, talking about how other rappers be capping, claiming he's the only one really living what he raps. That was a clear shot at YB's authenticity. The problem is, all of this is happening in real time, with thousands watching. Fans on both sides gas it up, encouraging escalation. And with young, impressionable followers, some people might try to involve themselves in ways that make things worse. Backing down now is almost impossible without the internet calling it weakness. In the past, beef could stay private or get handled on records. Now, everything is public, and pride gets trapped in comment sections. At the end of the day, this situation between Pooh Shiesty and NBA YoungBoy shows everything dangerous about modern hip-hop beef. Two crash dummies, real street credibility, deep resources, and crews that don't play about disrespect. Both in Texas, not far apart, willing to risk it all for loyalty and respect. The fact that Pooh Shiesty allegedly sent his people to handle NBA YoungBoy proves this is beyond rap. This is real street politics that could end careers, or worse. Both artists have way too much to lose. They're successful enough that they don't need to prove anything in the streets. But with crash dummy mentality and unlimited resources, this can escalate fast. Hip-hop has already lost too many talented artists to beef that could have been handled differently. So what do y'all think? Is Pooh Shiesty right for standing 10 toes behind Lil Durk, or should he focus on his own future? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more hip-hop news and breakdowns, and stay locked in. This story is far from over, and we'll be here for every update. Stay safe out there, fam. Sometimes loyalty comes with a price that's just too high.